Good morning from Cedros Island. We're just waiting for the pongas to come pick us up.
Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California on this gorgeous Tuesday morning. It simply can't get any nicer than it is. It's a little overcast, but there is no wind. There's going to be wind this afternoon, and we're going to have some breezier conditions. We'll talk about that. That bluefin tuna bite, still really excellent for the offshore guys out of LA Orange County base landings, San Diego base landings. I mean, it is truly remarkable that we're starting to talk about Thanksgiving and still catching bluefin, and not only bluefin, but some awfully big ones mixed in with it. Long-range fishing is really good right now. The Red Rooster III, as you could see, has pulled into Cedros Island. They're going to put their guys on pongas. They're going to have a lot of fun today. Eddie Leland Memorial this weekend, and so much more. You know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Thank you for indulging me in that nectar from the gods. It is such a great morning. You got to feel blessed when you're standing here and you look at that beautiful ocean. It is flat, calm. However, they're talking small craft warning going up over the intercoastal waters from Conception down to San Mateo Point. And so we're going to get some breezier weather here starting this afternoon. I want to say about 3 p.m. And offshore in the tuna zones, we're going to get a little bit of breezy weather also. And that is going to kind of be off and on through Thursday. The good news is, if you're looking forward to the weekend, you may have a trip out of San Diego or one of the LA Orange County base landings. Man, the weather is going to be absolutely beautiful. And I am not saying it's not fishable. I'm just telling you it's going to be breezy. We'll see how much wind we actually get out of this. All right, hit that like button. If you don't mind, share these videos with a friend. Subscribe to the Friedman Adventures channel. Lots of you subscribing, bumping up against 12,000 subscribers now, and that happened awfully fast. Thank you all for that. And of course, don't forget, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, on TikTok, and Apple Podcast and Spotify, where combined views is over 10 million now. We deeply appreciate all your support. Beaches are still closed here. We had some shark activity. By that I mean a juvenile whale washed up on the beach just down a stone's throw from where I'm standing, and it had been nibbled on by presumably a great white shark. Some beachgoers also saw some sharks, so for caution's sake, they decided to close the beaches for 48 hours. I think today is the last day of that closure, unless there's been some other sightings or something else going on. All right, let's talk about long-range independence with great fishing on the wahoo. The Independence, of course, we just finished up a 5-day trip about 3 weeks ago on that big, gorgeous vessel. Such a beautiful boat. And, man, they had some great wahoo fishing and some yellowtail action. They're having a dream trip on the Independence. And it's a dream trip just being on that beautiful boat with the great food and crew. It is really remarkable. Next year, we have an 8-day trip on board the Independence departing, I want to say November 18th. It'll say Friedman Adventures when you go to the Independence website. And coming back on November the 26th, 2 days before Thanksgiving. Perfect time of the year when you experience this kind of fishing. IndependenceSportFishing.com. Check it out. All right, Cedros Island. You know, most of the people that fish Cedros now fly to the island, and then they get on pongas, and they have just great, memorable fishing. But now the Red Rooster III has just pulled in there with Scott Bucher on board and several other great passengers, and they are right now offloading their passengers onto pongas, and they're going to go out and catch yellowtail and who knows what else. I mean, there's calico bass, there's sometimes some great halibut fishing, there's all kinds of great fishing that you can experience down there. So we're looking forward. Put a little pressure on Scott now. I told him, get me some good videos, Scott. Let me know exactly how that all plays out. It's been done before this year, and rave reviews. Everybody really seems to enjoy it, and how could you not enjoy it? So we'll keep our eyes on that. Maybe I'll have a special update for you a little bit later this afternoon. Hey, efficient heating and air conditioning. If you have heating and air conditioning needs, go see my friend John Lopez. He is a fantastic guy. 626 901 HVAC. Say hi to John for me for all your heating and air conditioning needs. This offshore bite is still very good, but as I say, we're going to get some wind, so you're going to have to watch that very, very closely. I would definitely be bringing some 500-gram jigs if I were headed out now until the weekend, and I'd be bringing them anyway. They've been very effective at night, but 300 to 500-gram jigs for the nighttime bite, which has been very good here recently. I mean, some really big ones have been caught up over 200 pounds. Just looking at the fish on the Liberty, and well, I'm not even going to start naming boats because, I'll leave somebody out. It's really great fishing. You want to have 200-pound leader material on those jigs, fishing with a 2-speed reel, and of course, 130, 100-pound Spectra will get the job done. I kind of skipped ahead to that because of the wind. I want you to have some heavier gear for sure, and you're going to need those heavy knife jigs, those Daiwa Sakana SKs, whatever it is you're going to try your luck with, you're definitely going to want to have that. We'll see how this weather goes as we go along. Some really excellent scores. Let's get into a few of them with them. The Fury, Dana Point Sport Fishing, Dana Wharf Sport Fishing, 20 guys, 58 bluefin tuna to 90 pounds. Nice. A yellowtail to go along with that. El Dorado, 51 bluefin tuna out of Long Beach Sport Fishing. They said good fishing during the day, good fishing at night. At night, we've covered that tackle. During the day, sometimes you have to drop down to 30-pound fluorocarbon and a small hook like a number 4 circle hook. Other times they'll bite the 40-pound, the 60-pound on some occasions. So definitely want to have all of that fluoro with you and have hook sizes from that number 4 up to a little bit bigger. The bait in San Diego has been smaller, remains that way. Up here in the LA Orange County area, there's a little bit more variety and some bigger bait at times. But still, you just never know. Guys are out there setting on the bait. You never know what they're going to come up with. So have that variety in terms of your hook sizes. Also, some smaller, shinier jigs like Daiwa Sakanas. I like that 150-gram, 100-gram. Sometimes will work really well. Throwing that with 60-pound will get you a bite, and it puts you in the driver's seat because now you have them on the heavy line. I know it's harder to get them to bite heavy line with a bait, but it's a reaction bite when you're throwing a jig. You go up to the bow and toss that, and many times you'll get bit on the sink or you'll get bit on the wind. In either case, you've got them on the heavier line, and that gives you a lot more pulling power. Hey, Brian Wynn is going to come on with a live show right here on the Freedman Adventures channel. You know Brian, he's a dear friend of Freedman Adventures. He's so knowledgeable. He's such a nice guy. And he's going to have the 5 things that he learned in 2023. He did this last year, and I'm telling you, what a hit. It got thousands of views because Brian is so insightful. And looking back at the season and learning something will help you to project into the future and be ready for next season. Or if you happen to have any more trips this year, you will really get the knowledge you need. Perhaps the most important thing in the fishing game, knowledge. Brian Wynn on Thursday night. That's going to be fantastic. Danny Cadota. We love Danny. Talk about knowledgeable. Talk about a nice guy. Danny's show is Wednesday night, tomorrow night. So we'll have that. And incidentally, Sam De La Torre, his voice is kind of shot. He's unable to speak. It's day to day with him. If we can squeeze Sam in, we'll get him on. If not, we'll go for next week. But I'm dying to do another tackle shop confession. Sam, hope you are feeling better. Cortez, 3.5-day trip with 11 guys, 66 bluefin tuna. Ranger 85, a tick under 100 bluefin tuna on a 2.53 yellowfin. New Loan, excellent. They're on their 3rd day, and they're pushing up toward limits of bluefin tuna to 100 pounds. Great fishing on the New Loan. The Liberty ran a 1.5-day trip, and they had 15 guys, 28 bluefin, 11 yellowfin tuna. Pacific Queen 1.5-day trip, 28 guys, 42 bluefin, and 3 yellowfin tuna. Man, I'm telling you, it's been fantastic. And when you think about it, November was never a time in my previous life when I was a kid in San Diego or, a few decades ago. You were done in November. You were doing boat work, and the fact that we're offshore and we're catching the quality bluefin that we are seeing is really remarkable. Incidentally, there is so much market squid spread up and down the coast, at the islands, on the banks, like the 43 fathom spot, like the 60-mile bank. And that squid is one of the favorite food sources of the bluefin tuna, which leads guys like Danny Cadota to say, they're not going anywhere. They're right here, man. McDonald's is open 24/7 for them, and they can munch out and feed and just really enjoy themselves. So I don't know. This could go right through the first of the year. Incidentally, the El Nino is still fairly strong, but all the predictions for after the first of the year is that the El Nino goes boom like that, and we get into a La Nina rather rapidly again. Not making any albacore predictions for next year. Well, I might as well. You know, I mean, I've been wrong for 3 years in a row. Is that what it is? Is it 2 or 3? Go ahead, put a comment down below, but be nice. My God, it's been brutal. La Nina, and I say albacore because they like cooler water. We've had some of that cooler water. And really, when you look at our local environment this year, talking about a strong El Nino, we never experienced that really like 76-degree water, 77-degree water. We never really had that local effect here. You know, I think at the warmest, maybe we had 72-degree water. So we'll see how that all plays out. Hey, John Lepian, I hope I pronounced that right. John was out with his dad, and they had a pretty incredible catch, didn't they? They found a NASA drone when he was out there with his dad. A NASA drone. Not every day that you get the jackpot like that. Nice going, John. All right, let's talk a little bit about what's going on at the islands now. On the island situation, we have been seeing a little bit of yellowtail, still some good bonita fishing in some areas. You look at the Coronado Islands, mostly rockfish there. Clemente, nobody's fishing it. There's 2 really excellent opportunities on tuna nearby there. In fact, closer in some cases. But at Clemente, you catch a few yellow, some bonita, calico bass. Catalina's actually been okay. It's been a better fall bite than it was a summer bite there at Cat. We're seeing good bonita fishing there, occasional yellowtail, whitefish, sheep's head, deep water rock cod fishing has been pretty darn good in that neck of the woods. And up there in the Channel Islands, it's been spectacular rock fishing, wide open rockfish in the Channel Islands. We're going to have to watch the wind, though, manifesting here this afternoon. The black pearl out of Verges in Morro Bay. Wow, they have been all over the bottom fish. The quality and copious amounts of big lings. Really great fishing up there out of Verges on board the black pearl. If you haven't done that before, you want to give that some serious thought. Great eating fish, lots of them, and the quality is absolutely phenomenal. Some really great fishing going on up there in that neck of the woods. We take a look at our local along the coast, you know, 1/2 and 3/4 day guys, and it's mostly all deep water cod right now. It's been really, really good fishing. San Diego, the Dolphin, the Sea Watch limited out up there around Dana. They've had great local fishing in terms of that. We see it here in the LA Orange County area without naming boats. I mean, you can pick the Monte Carlo out of 22nd Street Landing with good white fishing, City of Long Beach, great deep water cod fishing. The Victory has had some really great fishing, and on and on and on it goes. It's been spectacular. Same thing up there in the Channel Islands where we continue to see great fishing for the local boats. This weekend, the weather's going to be gorgeous up there. Island Spirit and the Californian, both out of Ventura Harbor sport fishing, they should be all over it. It should be nice weather and good fishing for those guys. And there's still some open party opportunities on board the Endeavor up there, which is very rare. Tucker McCombs is chartered all the time. He does such a great job that there's so many people that want to be on that rig. That is a great one to be on. 805-676-3474 if you'd like to get up there out of Ventura Harbor sport fishing. Talking about lobster? Yeah, I'm talking about lobster. It's been pretty good when you think about it. The Gale Force, the Triton, and the Sport King out of LA Harbor, they're running those combo trips where they leave like at 10 in the morning or noon or whatever it is, and then they get you a bunch of whitefish, some sheep's head, and then they go to the island and do the lobster thing. So you got some fish in the sacks, and then you go do the lobster thing. And their most recent trips, those 3 boats have combined for 230 legal lobster. Somebody want to tell me 230 legal lobster. Let's say they're 1 pound each. Let's be super conservative, 50 bucks a pound. You mind dropping down there in the comments? My math is not very good. How many dollars worth of langosta is that? It's pretty incredible. And that is a real bargain to you. You have to go out and buy lobster. It's pretty darn expensive, but those guys have been doing well. Other guys that are fishing lobster up and down the coast have also been doing quite well. So that is good to see. Good morning, you guys. All right, some more friends passing by in the background. Always love to see people down here early at the beach as the sun is just starting to peek up above on this gorgeous and beautiful morning. All right, Mirage up there, I forgot to mention, they had great fishing limits. Also up there in the Channel Island area, it's been really, really great fishing up there. In the surf, we continue to see some corvina, really nice ones at times. Again, you're fishing in this short water, real shallow water is where you want to fish those corvina. They love the light line. They're discriminating feeders, so 6 pound. I know some guys like Noli Yan Jr. fish 4 pound. I think he fishes 2 pound on the corvina. That's a lot of fun. And there's still a pretty good amount of yellowfin croaker around town. Ask Richard Cayo. I'm sure Richard is going to be down there near the Huntington Beach Pier here very, very soon. We'll keep our eyes on that and see where we go from there. Excellent surf fishing for many people. We'll see what this wind does, but you know, a morning like this, throwing a chrome crocodile, little 3/4 ounce out there. So let me just give you the deal. See that wave that's going to break? You're making your cast right now, and you're behind that wave, and then you're coming back through with that chrome crocodile. Vary your speeds from slow to medium. Stop, start. Yellowfin croaker get all over it. Halibut will bite that chrome crocodile. Of course, a lot of guys like throwing lucky crafts. They are super effective also. And if you need bait or tackle or anything else, you can get it at, Big Fish Bait and Tackle in Seal Beach, California, down there on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway. They not only have all the bait you're going to need, but they've got all the tackle that you need also. And I'm talking about surf fishing tackle as well as big game tackle for the bluefin and everything else. Don't forget, Big Fish Bait and Tackle on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway. Make sure you drop in on them. All right, Eddie Leland Memorial is this weekend on Saturday at All Souls Cemetery from 4 in the afternoon until 8 in the evening. I will see you there. If you care to come by, it would be a beautiful thing to see you there. All Souls this Saturday, 4 to 8. We will see you there. All right, I'm going to continue to watch everything for you very, very closely, monitoring to see what this weather is going to do, to see if this bluefin is going to bite. If we do get some weather that makes things a little bit difficult, we are certainly going to come out of it for the weekend. It's going to be gorgeous if these forecasts hold, and it should be another good one. I don't see this bluefin with all this squid going around here. I don't see it going anywhere at all. All right, have a great day, my friends. Thanks for allowing me to spend some time with you, and as always, I hope to see you really, really soon.